Does Joel Embiid need another knee surgery? We're talking about that on today's Philadelphia 76ers Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Thanks for hanging out here with us. The process telling ESPN he thinks that's what he needs this offseason on that ailing left knee. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more coming up. First, thank you to all of the real ones for your continued support of the show. 76ers Now has surpassed 21,000 subscribers. If you want Sixers coverage year-round, be sure to lock us in. Let's keep it going and hit that sub button. So Lisa Salters of ESPN saying this about Joel Embiid. I asked him how that left knee feels, and he gave a really long pause and just said, it is what it is. He said that he will still be talking about it and dealing with it almost a full year after when the injury first occurred. He said it's been frustrating and the most difficult thing he's ever had to go through in his career. He said he wishes he could play in every game, but his body just isn't allowing him to do that right now. That when the knee swells up, there's nothing that he can really do about it. Daryl Morey this week said the organization is hopeful that there will come a time where the knee isn't an issue anymore. Embiid said he believes that that'll be the case, but he said he believes it will likely take another surgery and a long recovery period, something he didn't have after the initial injury last February. So he got that knee surgery. He came back quick for the NBA playoffs, but then he played in the Olympics. It was cool that Embiid played for Team USA. He became a U.S. citizen, and it's awesome that he was able to win a gold medal and play a role in the United States' victory over Team France. And in that semifinal game, he played tremendous, helping to lift Team America to the gold medal game. But you could see when he was playing in the Olympics, that knee was not right. And so for Daryl Morey, after all of that and all of the injuries, age, size, how bigs have aged in the past, to still sign him to a max contract extension when the Sixers did not need to do that. It was asinine at the time. It's more asinine right now. And this is the first time that we're hearing Embiid could need another surgery. A couple of months ago here on this show, we talked about that doctor's take that maybe Embiid needs that Lonzo Ball type of surgery, which kept Lonzo out for a couple of years. But now it's Embiid admitting himself that, yeah, after this year, I might have to undergo another surgery. He comes back the other night, and he played somewhat well against what? I think the Dallas Mavericks. And it's like he'll play one game, and then we just don't see him for a couple of weeks. Which means, yeah, that knee might be good for a game, and then he misses several. Just not sustainable. So up until this point, the team has said, we'll get the swelling and the pain under control, and when we do that, we can see him consistently. Here's the thing. That hasn't happened. Clearly, their plan has not worked. And the season continues to be an absolute disaster. Here's what Embiid said about his knee. Not much to say. I think it's just about when. I mean, the straightforward answer is when you got something that's inconsistent, at some point, we got to do something about it. We don't know what it is. We are looking into every option. Joel Embiid, the direct quote, we don't know what it is. Not good. Daryl Morey saying, we've consulted with all of these doctors. All of them told us, yeah, we think that he's going to be able to come back and be 100%. So you consulted in these dozen doctors. You told us that you had an idea to manage it. Clearly, that was all talk from Daryl Morey. And Daryl Morey throughout his career has mostly been all talk. They never had a true idea on Embiid's knee. And signing him to that max deal falls squarely on the shoulders of Daryl Morey. We've said on the show, Embiid doesn't have an injury. He has a condition in his knee that causes pain and swelling. And he's even saying, we don't know what it is. Seems to be no simple fix for this. And Embiid needs to rest and heal. But then he rests and heals, and he plays a game, and then the knee continues to hurt. Yet Morey gives him the extension anyways, and he said, we're going to figure it all out. Everything is going to be all right. You signed an injury-riddled big who's on the wrong side of 30 to a max deal when you did not need to sign him to a max deal. And so I think it's to this point. Sixers season seems to be lost. I know Daryl Morey said last week, we still think that we can win a championship. You ain't winning a championship. What else is he going to say when he's given Maxey Embiid, Paul George max deals? I think Embiid should just have the surgery now. Have the surgery now. Try to get back at some point next year. Because even fully healthy, team really hasn't looked great. And this gives Embiid even more time to recover and figure it out, not have to rush back like he's always had to rush back from these injuries because they always happen near or during the NBA playoffs. All I want from Daryl Morey is for him to just stop the lying. He's never straightforward with fans. He's never straightforward with the NBA. That's why him with the Sixers, him with the Rockets, his teams always get fined because they're always trying to hide something and be sneaky. Admit that you made a mistake and you lied. Do what's best now for Joel Embiid. That being said, I don't think Philadelphia goes this route. I don't think the Sixers say, you know what, let's mail it in. Embiid gets his surgery because you're pretty much mailing it in toward next year. And so, Chip, that's the path that the Sixers should take, but the Sixers, they don't do smart things. And those are the Sixers that we know.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think we're at that point now as well where it's probably just smartest to cut your losses. No need to push it. He's out here saying now he needs surgery. And with him saying this and Embiid saying that he needs surgery, I think he's known this for a while. I think him coming out and like publicly saying this now, that he thinks he needs the surgery in the offseason, I think that's part of him saying like, look, I'm just so frustrated with being in and out of the lineup because of this knee thing. Just shut me down, man.
Yeah.
I really think that's part of what he's saying. Like, just shut me down. Daryl Morey, the front office doesn't want him to have another surgery. I really think that. I think the front office wants to try to make him play through this now, and because they have this idea in their heads, and Morey's talking about it. Josh Harris is talking about it. Like, they think they still have a shot, and they think when they're healthy they can compete. But outside of a few games here and there, like, I could probably count on one hand the amount of games that they've looked like a really good team this year, right? Yeah. Outside of that, it really hasn't been very much of anything. They just lost fully healthy to a Bucks team on Sunday with no Giannis. People probably didn't know that because Eagles won the Super Bowl that day, but no Giannis, Sixers fully healthy, and they got destroyed by Milwaukee and by Damian Lillard. So I don't know how you can realistically sit back and say that you have a chance. I understand, Morey and the team always wanting to believe in your guys, right? You always want to believe in what you have, and you want to show confidence in your players and your coaching staff. But at some point, man, you just got to be realistic with it. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. And I think Embiid is honestly at that point now where he's just so frustrated. He's like, I need this surgery. And look, if he needs the Lonzo procedure or something like it, just get it done now so that he has all this time to rest until next season. And Embiid has said himself, they don't know what the fix is for this, if there even is one. Well, why not take more time trying to figure it out? Because I think what happened is like they met with these doctors, and they were like, oh, we met with 12 doctors, whatever. I think they probably just rushed it. They were like, oh, is he good? Is he good? They were like, yeah, he'll be okay. And they were like, we'll just manage it. And it didn't work. Take the time, find something that can maybe give you a chance. Because I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what you put around this team right now. If you continue the way Embiid's going right now, playing a game, 2 games, 3 games, and all of a sudden, boom, he's out for a week or 2, you're just never going to win. So you just got to be realistic with it and shut him down. The season's probably over at this point. What, are you going to get the 10th seed to play in and try to win a first-round playoff matchup against the Cavs or the Celtics? Like, just, Morey, admit you're wrong. You try to make up a plan that obviously didn't work. Mail it in, and let's just see if we can get this team healthy for next season.
The other thing, too, you get the surgery done now, you get a timeline for Embiid definitively from the doctors, and then that can change what your offseason plan is going to be, knowing, okay, we probably need to address the center position. It's crazy, man. The Sixers are 20-32. Their winning percentage is less than 39%, 22.5 games behind the first-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers, who are 43-10, ahead of the Boston Celtics at 38-16. The Sixers are a game and a half back from the Chicago Bulls just to get to 10th place in the East. They are among the bottom 5 teams in the East. Sixers, Nets, Raptors, Hornets, Wizards. The Wizards, 9-44. Sixers only 11 games better than them. It's crazy. Should Embiid have surgery now or in the offseason? I'm typing my N for now for sure. Sound off with what you think down in the comment section right now. And don't forget to go on down, hit that sub button, join the 21,000 plus people who are subscribed to this channel.